And we're live. Welcome to... Ooh, still flickery lights. Let me sort that out. Welcome to... still flickery. Welcome to a little quick stream. Will be very short, I'm afraid. I'm just going to basically make the same 8-bar loop using presets and things, just so we don't waste too much time in FL Studio 6, sorry, FL Studio 9, FL Studio 20, and Reaper. So FL9 is 32-bit and super old. And I'm just curious because the CPU usage in FL seems to be outrageous. It seems to have gotten worse lately. I don't know if it's my imagination or what, but yeah, I thought let's install an old version, see how it fares with 32-bit plugins versus the new one. And then at a later stage, I will probably install a newer version. Maybe I'll jump to 11 or 12. And then an older version of 20, and we'll just, but I won't do that today. Today it's just 9, 20, and Reaper. And I've done synthetic type of tests before, like a number of serums with the same patch, you know, playing 16th notes or whatever, and seeing how many serums I can load, basically. But in that, FL was actually quite close to the other doors. But in real life, it doesn't feel that way at all. So I used to put it like Reason. I always thought had the worst CPU usage, followed by FL. But I'm starting to wonder if it's flipped the other way around, at least for me and my old i5 from 2014. So this might not apply to you. You might not care. Welcome to another of my streams. I will be with you momentarily. I'm just going to let people know on the interwebs that I am going live. Yo, how are you doing this evening? Good, thanks. Super tired. This is a track that Siebeck made. I added a couple of things to it, but it's still essentially his tune. Something I think should be released. Yeah, this is going to be a short one. I just want to compare the CPU usage between the the old 32-bit FL and 20 and Reaper, because I think something's up. Either the CPU usage has gotten worse in FL, or I've got an issue on my machine specifically. So yeah. Sushi Monster, welcome back, man. How are you? Good to hear. I've been busy. I've been really busy, but I've been good. It's been alright. I've enjoyed the break from like having to take every crappy DJ gig just because it's music, when it's really like the musical equivalent of washing dishes. Like, hey, I'm still in food, washing dishes. Exactly the same thing. So yeah, I've been working for this online radio station. Yeah, it's just been a nice change of pace over the past year. It will have actually been a year in end of the month. I joined the station in November last year. I've had a couple of shows recently, but yeah, I'm still trying to decide my energy level, and it's just nice. I can come back into it at my own pace. I'm really, really grateful I have that opportunity. I was DJing for like 12 years. Pretty much most weekends, or multiple times a month at least. And I think some of my thought patterns were degrading over time, you know? Like the way I viewed things, and some of my decision making probably just wasn't objective anymore because I'd been so deep in it, if you know what I mean. Whereas now I've had a break and I'm like, wow, why was I trying to market my stuff this way? Or just, yeah, all sorts of little things that I'm noticing. So today we're going to have a bit of nostalgia. I installed FL Studio 9. Oh yeah. And so what I'm thinking of doing, I want to do a real world CPU usage test, sort of make an 8-bar loop. Because I've done like a synthetic kind of a test before, like seeing how many serums I can load with the same patch and playing the same notes. And FL was pretty comparable to the others. But when I actually make a beat, things seem to fall apart real quick in terms of CPU usage. So I thought it would be an interesting experiment. Just like use presets and stuff that's easily reproducible to make a loop in multiple doors. So I have gone new from template. Okay, in FL20 there was a template called empty with 4 sends, but I think this has 4 sends by default, doesn't it? Yeah, these are the 4 sends over here. So they later made it all modular and optional. So, splice. I'm going to make something at 100 BPM. 100 BPM. This is how it's gonna go. Make the same beat 3 times. My push is off because it was going to confuse me. Because I was going to try and hit a pad and it would be controlling a different program. So I was just like, all right, this is going to be off. I'm just going to use keyboard control. I don't think it is, personally. I did the similar tests in live at one point and it seemed pretty good. Sort of almost Reaper's very CPU, like it handles it really well. Live seemed to as well. There was a bit of interface lag, but I don't know, didn't seem too bad to me. And real world usage, I haven't had too many issues with it either, but then I'm not the most intensive live user. So I'm not even going to use the doors browsers because obviously I want this to be pretty easy to repeat. I'm going to look for some drums. Seems simple enough. I'm just going to grab this kick. I did not change the BPM. Okay. Just going to make cool. By all means. So in Reaper, I often use the swing grid. Make it like 40%. I'm gonna make this one softer. Cool, we got a kick pattern. Cool. Next. Interesting. Much louder. I think in Reaper I've got my track set to -10. I've also got a pad on the track. Cool. So we could do that here, or we could do it on the mixer. Going to link it to a track. Move this track down to -10. Although kicks tend to end up being a bit louder, I think. Maybe not. Let me type in a value. That did not work as planned. The heck? What the heck? No idea what the point of that was. -10. If I wanted to type in Reaper, I just right-click the volume. Right-click the volume knob and type it in. Cool. So let's give it some swing on here. See the volume difference. Pretty close. So what I would sometimes do if I was working like this in the FL samplers, I would just make an alternative version. I also had it turned down a bit here. I needn't be quite so anal. -4. Can we do that here? (5.2) is an odd starting point. All right. 5.2 -4, 9.2. Close enough. Okay, one more. Hopefully I'll be a bit quicker going forward. Wow. Wee-hee, loudy. Hang on, -5.2 means I should be at -5. I think. Probably. Well, at least in here I should be at -5. Yeah, that seems more like it. Cool. Sounds basically the same. That is good. I'm not even going to look at the numbers. That'll take way too long for this experiment. Sampler was a bit simpler back then. Not bad though. Oh, I've got to right click. Okay, then the swing. We can make this longer. It's just over here. Fine, we're not going for the most amazing production on Earth. Ah, we still have to toggle it here. In the later version, you could just click. The FL's definitely gotten a little bit more intuitive over time. So right now I'm just busy making the same beat in 3 of them. And basically I want to see in a real world-ish scenario how the CPU usage is. Because I'm finding FL lately extremely high CPU usage, and it just doesn't really make sense to me. So this is Reaper with an FL theme, just to be extra confusing. Hi Nod, welcome. Let's give this one more swing. Cool. Now I'd like to chop up a break. For this, I'm going to use SliceX in Reaper. It's the one of two plugins of image lines that I bought as VSTs. I'm going to use Reaper's browser for this. The reason is I want to go into folders I can easily locate in here. Maybe not, maybe that there was a KRS loop or two in here. That one. And then we can drag out the MIDI from SliceX. I think that's the audio. Yeah. So 57 swing. Let's go a little further because I won't quantize 100%. Cool. Cool, we got a drum beat going. This should be in my drums bus. In fact, being a CPU usage test, we're gonna, I reckon, take everything out of groups and just have them on their own. Add Fruity Slicer. Does this have Slice X? Oh right, this is FL20. Alright, for FL, I do actually most of the time end up preferring the slicer anyway. But it wasn't a VST, so it won't be exactly the same. That's loud. It's already got that swing on it, which is pretty dope. Pardon. The only disadvantage is you can't change the slices, the like positions. I guess this can be on its own pattern, because that's how I would do it in a real world scenario, which is what this test's all about. Okay, this one says 2% right now. Doubt this will be much different. Righty. Moving that track. Moving this up there too. Okay, new pattern. I press F4 for that, by the way. Call it loop, and then if you press F2, you get a random color. Still works today. Then I want that little plus is really handy down there. Add one. Slicer. Is this like watching paint dry yet? Hey, man, this one's loud. Okay, link you there. Is there a limiter here? Yes. Wow, that was adding level. Sneaky bugger. Alright, now's where things presumably get a little interesting, because we're going to start using sends. Maybe that isn't a recommended workflow by FL? I'm not sure. So we're going to need a plugin that's usable on multiple platforms. Protoverb could work. Stink would like that. Let's go full wet. Interesting. This one's reacting a bit to that. Oh, you know what? This is actually not going to my ASIO driver. Small chamber. I'm going to change this reverb to protoverb. I'll use that version. Realistically, what I would do. Don't know why I didn't see it in the list, but there it is. Just a little bit. Oh, you know what? This is stretching it. Or is it? That's interesting. Got a nasty little ring on it there. That's the first thing I would do. We haven't done this one yet, have we? So sending it to this first send. Protoverb. Oh yes, I also changed the delay amount. Cool. Okay, so now another. So by the way, this will get a lot quicker when I start loading patches, because I'm just going to load fairly CPU heavy patches, I suspect. But firstly, I'm just going to use stock EQs. I would, if I was being serious about this, I would just change that resonant hat hit with a different hit. For now, I'm just doing a quick EQ. I think we want to quantize this guy a little bit. Man, weird tiny piano roll. Hey, the shortcuts still work. It's so cool. Oh, it's not applying to that groove. That's the difference. So what we actually need to do, this is how I always used to do it. Ooh, it previews it live, that's cool. Hey, can't scale it up, but it's here. Cool. It's more or less what I did on the other one. Now for the intensive CPU bits, or somewhat, at least. Where's our serum? I did not know. Okay, it is there. But I did not know that BST3 plugins were already a thing in 32-bit land. I always thought they were 64-bit only for some reason. I was like, I noticed recently, I was like, why? Why is this even an option? But apparently it was a thing. Yo, I'm doing the test. So far I've just made the same very simple beat with like 3 elements in 3 different DAWs. We got that. We got that. I'm not going for total precision here. I'm just trying to do roughly the same thing. Sounds like the others are more swung. Well, I can tell you that this one's the imposter. And this one is the real one. And I even used SliceX on here. And I used the regular fruity slicer in here just because I prefer it most of the time. This is also about real world usage. Random track color, not digging that one. Cool, whatevs. Give this one a random color too. Oops, you got to double click it on here. Cool. It's amazing how much is the same actually in terms of shortcuts. FL's always been pretty good with having the shortcuts we need. Okay, we want bass. Or maybe we want a pad. Make a new pattern called bass. Do that here too. feel like it will be a bit easier if we do the same thing everywhere. I am going to eventually use these. Space, random color. Hell yeah. They even match. I was reaching for push. I decided to switch push off for this experiment because it's going to be too confusing. This piano roll actually behaves the same as FL, where you can do 2 octaves, where live and I think logic and reason do 1 octave. Except you can use your arrow keys to change octave, and then up and down arrow keys does channel. So left and right is octave, up and down is MIDI channel. So that's pretty cool. And then velocity is just however hard you right click on the, or I mean wherever you right click the note. Although you have to right click the right one, otherwise playing the same keys and I'm in a different key, which can be useful. So yeah, you have to right click a C if you want to change the velocity and stay in C on the piano roll. I mean on the typing keys. Just FYI, and also the send all to it is very useful. Otherwise it changes focus as soon as you click away. So, well, we'll do a few. Just going to use my own presets. Alrighty, let's go. This feels so weird. Oddly meditative, though. Jeez, this piano roll looks old school. Like an Atari keyboard. I guess they changed it later. Could have sworn you could zoom in. On both axes. Maybe not. Notice no swing. cool. This is not the end by any stretch of the imagination. Nasty. I wonder if we can get ghost notes here. Ooh, that does help. Ah, yeah. Any thoughts, suggestions, questions? Haha. How's your morning going? Have you had some coffee yet? Way more effort than is necessary in here. Anyway, I should have just made like trots or something with a 4 on the floor drum beat and like a pedal bass line and call it a day. But I mean, this is already a real world test for sure. I keep pressing push in Reaper. Oh my word, there's our speaker icon. Been looking for that. Guess my track wasn't long enough. Let's see where it hides. Oh, like almost immediately. I just happened to have made it long enough. Okay, I'm gonna make a fill over there. Yo, Cruiser. I am literally just making the same thing 3 times to check CPU usage. It's a bit lame. It's going to be like watching paint dry. Especially because I'm just using my own presets without really looking at them at all. Oh, my naming. I don't know about that. The thing is, it used to all be one folder, and then the base folder got too big, so I separated them. So now it's... And yeah, some of the names are pretty ridiculous, but... is what it is. Here. Yeah, I mean, because I had base and poly and all these different categories in one folder, so that was useful. And then eventually it was like, no, this list is getting too huge. One day I would probably have to subdivide the base too, if I was carrying on using a serum. So the reason for this little base fill is because I want to stick some effects on it. I'm going to stick Portal on it, because there's a 32-bit Portal. Heck yeah. So we can do it in FL9. Oh, okay. Jeez, I don't know. I think my naming is only mildly better. Now, finding a portal preset. Gonna have to loop a bar. How hard can it be? Ah! Okay, that's top canvas. Subclip under the base. Filtered conversation under sound design. Just use that for now. I wanted something with a bit more of a tail than the most simple thing. And I'll probably wash it in reverb as well. At some point. At some point I'm going to have to really push the CPU usage. Sorry, Cruiser, I missed your big message. You realized as much as you want to do sound design, keeping it down to bare minimum rather focusing on songwriting in the process is better. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. It is really just fucking around, I agree. 100% agree. And I'm the same. I like the idea of just doing a sound design session, but in practice, I end up doing stuff to spec. Jeez, it goes on. What I'll do is I'll turn the dry wet to like half. Or, better idea, I'm going to cut it, put it on a send. Sure, will be called verb large. And maybe it'll even have verb on it. Except we're using proto-verb because that seems to be available in all three. I'm sure the Air plugins are VST 32-bit as well, but I don't know. Maybe I just didn't install them. Okay, does this do cavernous? So now I'm going to send you to there. That worked? I don't think it did. Try that. Cool. So what I'll do is I'll just link the sound to a different track and then turn this into a send. Dude, I did. You mentioned it the other day and I hadn't actually seen it. Oh, did he? Oh boy. I haven't seen that, that's funny. Can I unlink the sends on the right hand side? Hey Shroom. Changes how the mixer is processed. So I'm already using one of the sends. Fuck's sake. I'm already using that one. Wait. Did I misunderstand you? Untick sends on the right hand side. Are they all going to those sends? Oh, they are. Oh, I see. Thank you for that. I loaded a template. Having said that, though, this experiment was all about doing the same thing in 3 DAWs. Yeah, same. My normal template does unlink everything. The experiment here was to actually see what the CPU usage is like. At some point I'm going to have to turn the masters down and see what the CPU usage is like between the three, if there's any difference. So we're running 32-bit plugins, which is entertaining in itself, at least to me. In FL9. Where is the zero? Right at the bottom. So I'm literally just loading patches. I mean, effects stuff. It hasn't really gotten intense yet. Here. You'd be surprised. Native Instruments has stopped giving you 32-bit of some of their plugins. Like Contact 6 doesn't seem to be 32-bit. And there's a message somewhere about if you install the latest versions, it'll uninstall of certain instruments, or uninstall the old versions, the 32-bit versions. Why? I don't know. Native Instruments just being their annoying selves. Oh, how did we end up here? Didn't I just add a serum? I must have done a replace. Oops. Fine. The joy of presets. In it. This guy with the resonance turned down. Well, I only have 6 gigs of RAM anyway. Also, this version says it'd be nice if my start menu opened. It says extended memory. What does that mean? I'm gonna have to load some beefy presets soon because I need to go to bed. I wanted to do a real world test because I've done like how many of Xpatch at various stalls run, and they generally are very, very close. But in the real world, I find that I run out of CPU way, way, way quicker in FL than anything at the moment. Seems to have even beaten out Reason at this point, which is not an honor. Yeah, should have already gone to bed. I've got an early class. I'm going to be blind as a bat. Was those 2 notes that got replaced. I could have sworn you could zoom in the piano roll. I don't remember it being this tiny. Top right does that. I'm referring to the keys themselves. The keys themselves, the lanes themselves. Like the class is at 6, so I get up at 5. And it's nearly midnight. I don't know if Protoverb does big enough reverbs for what we're gonna need here. My phone says 11:20. Are you sure your time isn't still on European time? Because you said you were in Germany before and they have daylight savings. Ah, there we go. Hehe. I didn't see the previous comment, my bad. Well, that's pretty cool. Didn't know it did that. Jeez, that would be nice. Would love that. So then one of the sends is going to be portal. Followed by proto again. does this. I don't know how this works, but anyway, it's fine. Suitably dumb. We have not sent it, have we? Crikey, that's loud. CPU usage is pretty high in there. It's lower in here. And we have all these mixer tracks linked to the sends, which isn't ideal, as Shroom pointed out. Alright, I'm getting tired of this. Let's get a big ol' chord. I wish we could do Vital in 32-bit. Because there's some patches in there that like instantly give me trouble. Or phase plant for that matter. I don't think my patches will give me enough trouble. Actually, let's check CPU usage over here for this particular track. Oh, interesting. I actually kind of think that's cool because the way the plugin manager arranges things, it's thoroughly confusing. And you're never really sure if you're using the right version. At least I'm not. It'll say, one version will say 32, one version will say 64, one will say 64 and 32. And I'm just like, what is going on? That looks suitably beefy. Oh, okay, so the bridging won't be gone. I see. It's just the actual... Gosh, will it install in a 64-bit folder for the first time? That'll be trippy. This is how I should have started the experiment, to be fair. Woohoo! What I should actually do is have these sustain. Like most of it, so the releases overlap. I've never really... Is there a separate downloader, or is it's all in one? Like how do you... Because I sort of didn't realize it was still installing a 32-bit version. I've got something else I'm going to make a send for. Here I'm going to do reactor. Okay, wait, let's just do two things here. Let's layer this with another serum. So that pad was celestial light. So we've got celestial light and night omens or whatever that was. And I had only got 7th chords, not 9ths. No, that's right. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And the note was that long and repeated every bar. Well, we are already reaching that point. So we are running FL SEO 256. Okay, so I'm going to grab all these tracks if I can. Oh crap. Like that. And route to that track only. Hang on, those sends are not enabled. That's interesting. Just the first couple are. Welcome to the life of Seebeck. Okay, so a bunch of them are linked, but not all of them. And oh jeez. Okay, wait, what was that number? $99. All right. Ah, crap. Okay, well, let's just try this. Cool. Hey, that helped. Control click the arrow. Okay, good to know. Thank you. That's useful. So we already had an extra pad on here. We're chilling at 30% CPU usage. Oldie. We still need the pad. What puzzles me is, like, if I've just done Serum in the same patch, FL gets way closer to Reaper. But that's why I was kind of making a beat, was because in the real world, it doesn't seem to translate. Cool, I will do that. 512. Anticipative effects. Is that in Reaper or FL? Because I feel like Reaper had a thing like that too. Gotcha. Is it on? It is. Should I turn that off? Cool. Aha! So what is that cheating? Exactly. Is that adding latency? Okay, what's puzzling me? Interesting. Very interesting. That's very interesting. It's still very low CPU usage, which is baffling to me. I'm going to take away... Okay, to be fair, I had added another layer. Cool. We got to this point. So... so hang on, let's also do that. What I'm going to do is just have that one off. Should be fine. Cool. I want to get to Task Manager. Oh, so FL does it like Ableton does it? Okay. 27.1, 29. Oh boy. One sec. So hang on. Oh, that one doesn't have the pad yet. This one. So that's very interesting. The CPU usage is higher. Oh, does it still have that weird chain on it though? Let's see. It does. Alright, well. And when Reaper has that chain on, it dies. So they are much closer at this point. Reaper really battles with that portal chain. CPU usage is oddly lower, but not playing any better. So that's interesting. At 512, pretty much the same. Okay. What is the shortcut to get straight to the task manager? I always forget. It's like Alt Shift Escape or something? Nope. $5.12. 35, 38. But it's playing, which is a big difference to how far we got in Reaper with that setting off. Let us see. Uncheck you. Just so we know it's getting the same timing from the same place, so to speak. See, it's like 10% lower for me here. Okay, 5% lower. And more crackly. Interesting. But, so in a real world scenario, I would have the setting on that's apparently cheating. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. So for shits and giggles, may as well see how the old 32-bit version does things. Yeah, I was inclined to do this because I was sure there must be something I wasn't aware of, as you've surely pointed out. Because I can barely just get a start of a track on this old machine in FL. And now we know why. Right. Jeez, this piano roll reminds me of FL2. That TX16 thingy in here. I know it's not the same piano roll exactly, but it just reminded me of this interface. Seeing this piano roll. Indeed. Indeed, I would have needed to upgrade my hardware a long time ago. Incoming crackles. That not blink. Haha. Yeah, so the new version hasn't gotten worse. It has in fact gotten quite a bit better. Oddly, the CPU usage is about the same, but how well they play the audio seems quite different. With FL20 winning out on that one. Interesting. Well, thanks for popping in, because that was enlightening. Very interesting. How did we? I guess. What if I replaced everything with citrus? I'm just wondering how I was able to make music before 2014. Right, you can. Wow, handling this rather well. This is a long release. Okay. Firstly, we're going to get rid of send. Oh, the nostalgia is hitting me. This mixer is like so familiar to me. It's funny the piano roll is less so, even though I used it a ton. But I just remember this mixer. This was how it was for most of all my teenage life, basically. Damn. That's interesting, Shroom. When did you get it? When did you get into FL actually? Okay, yeah, I think I got version 6. Although before then I had 2.5. A non-legit version. Oh, it's that sound. In that case, we could probably initialize and make this from scratch. Jeez, this is quite a view. Got you. think I just had everything at a lower resolution. That's why everything looks so small to me. Every time I use FL, I'm like, maybe I don't need to do everything in audio. Maybe I can just put stuff in samplers and not use the audio features that I use all the time. Because I do love a lot about it. And miss it, actually. That sure does, eh? Yeah, that's how I used to do it too. Yes, I can't read them, to be fair. I'm sort of just turning things and trying to remember what they are. I mean, it's pale on pale and tiny. It is. Oh, there's no shortcut to freaking move stuff around in the old version. No. Hover over plugin, use wheel. No, I was trying that. It was added at some point, I remember. In fact, I thought it was like, yes, it's Alt. Oh no, it's shit. Oh, what the heck? Now it's working. Okay. The hell? That's so whack. I'm confused. I did that like 5 times. I did click it. Maybe I clicked like that, but maybe I accidentally reopened the plugin. I don't know. Yeah, I remember that too. Close all the other ones. input that. Ah! Everything's so loud in this version. What? I don't remember this patcher. Sorry, not patcher, I mean the patch preset browser. Helps if you play in the right key. Sorry, let me read that comment. Working on a way to have downloadable content in the browser. Ah, sick. I was checking out Flex the other day and seeing how that's come along and finding the search box, which I hadn't noticed before. Trying out some of the base options. This vaguely rings a bell. Things being out of time. Oh, and you can't jump to a place by clicking here for some reason. I suppose unless you're in loop mode. Yeah. Works in loop, but not in song. I like that that's changed. Also, clicking here doesn't like switch it over. You have to actually go and click it. Yeah, I could see that. Is it sample based? Or are we not allowed to know what goes on behind it? Interesting. I got the feeling it was more than just a rompler. Didn't even think about that. TLDR upload is basically Reaper's cheating with some sort of, it's called anticipative effect. Guess that's how you say that word. Where it seems to pre-buffer or something the audio. And so it seems to last way longer before I have any CPU issues. Right, I don't think I encountered that patch shroom. That's sick. That's why I'm able to still run really rubbish hardware from 2014. I was running an i3 and streaming. And wondering what everyone was complaining about with their i7s. And now I know. So it's surprising how much stuff still does have a 32-bit version at least. Let's hear the old phasing of... Not phasing. But yeah, the lack of delay compensation. I think the main conclusion I'm getting from this whole test, though, is that Citrus is badass. Citrus uses very little CPU and sounds great. And yeah, it's generally awesome. That's the real winner of the CPU wars. Ah, you've missed out. But I'm glad you're content. But basically we learned that Reaper's got a way of cheating. And when a switch off said cheat, it was an abomination. Ooh, trash. Now we're getting somewhere. Can I still copy stuff from elsewhere? What was that? It was a hat, yeah. Jeez, this is so familiar to me. It basically, there's a setting called anticipative effects where it, if I scroll up, pre-renders the audio and waits a bit when you hit play. And when you switch that off, it's a crackling nightmare. So we learned a thing. And that's how I've been able to run an i3 for the past many years without issue. Ouch. And also, while you were gone, I replaced all the sounds with citrus to see if the CPU usage would go down a bit. Not sure that it did, but definitely getting further on the idea. No, it did actually. It was at like 38 earlier. Are you gonna stream, by the way? Okay, well, if we want to replace all the things with citrus, we must replace all the things with citrus. This will be our last one before I head to bed. Okie dokie. I don't know if I have any viewers anyway. I think restream chat's still a bit balked. Jeez, that smells nice. Man, don't underestimate the emotive power of a sine wave into a free reverb. Yo. How you doing, dude? Yeah, very good, thanks. Glad to hear you good. I am so FL Studio 20, I was comparing CPU usage between that and FL Studio 9, which is this one. And basically, they were all the same, except Reaper has that anticipative effects thing that like pre-buffers audio somehow, which makes it able to do a hell of a lot more on a weak piece of hardware. That is what we learned. I have an i5 3570. It's actually a 3570K, I think, so if I had a motherboard, I could overclock it. Probably not. I wish I knew the things I knew 10 years ago. I mean, if I knew what I just did in Citrus ages ago, I would have been a lot further along. Just the idea of offsetting the FM by a little bit. To make sort of greasy things. It's quite mind-blowing. And then I could probably make the sound richer in harmonics. This is, yep, 32-bit plugins only. Still looked like this up to like version 10, I think, more or less. Anyway, I'm supposed to go to bed. Oh, what's the year? That's a good question, actually. I don't know. I was freaking right. Your timeline might be a bit off there, Seebeck. Nice. I started at an audio college in 2010. I still had FL6 though, and then I got Pro Tools and was broke for a month while I was at college. And then what did I do? Oh, and I had gotten Reason at some point, Reason Record. So that was also kind of, in some ways, more fully fledged than FL6 Fruity Edition. I couldn't use audio clips or automation clips. I had to do everything in samplers. And in the... Why can't I edit stuff? Why is it grayed out? Why is it grayed out? I'm thoroughly confused. Maybe I need a specific thing selected. An empty pattern? No. But yeah, this old edit events thing is what I had to do before. You just reminded me. It's also funny looking at the old plugin manager. Super basic. Ferric TDS Mark II. These plugins are actually 64-bit as well now. The Ferric TDS, Drill Seeker, Epic Verb. Let's try Epic Verb. I don't remember this plugin. Maybe I didn't have it. sauce. Lost in the sauce. As soon as I go into... Ah! That's pretty annoying. Well, anyway, I do need to go to bed. This might be the perfect excuse to do so. That was, suddenly it's decided I have 5 viewers instead of 1. Okay, restream, whatever. That was kind of an interesting stream. Let's see if we can raid somebody. Mouse is still gone. What is Jelly up to? That's a contender. Adverts. I had accidentally installed something that was blocking ads, and then I had to register for something, and it was like complaining about an ad block, and I was like, but I don't have an ad block. And then I went and found the extension, switched it off, and I'm like, oh yeah, Twitch has ads. I forgot about them. Some things still had ads, funnily enough, like YouTube, as far as I remember, still had ads. I'm just curious if there's anyone else producing. I think so. Looks like it's Jelly. I have, actually. I was busy switching over today. Funny you should mention that. I haven't fully switched yet, but I'm on the way. I'm just logged in on more places. So anyway, Jelly's a cool dude. He makes sort of chiptune-ish music and proper chiptune stuff. And is a pretty knowledgeable and cool dude. So yeah, I'm off to bed because I've got to be up super early in the morning. Cheers, dude. Have a good evening. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Raid now. Cheers, YouTube.